Hey, this is Rob. I'm with a band called Matchbox 20, and if you care at all, in the least little bit, then stop by the Hang on your way to the Twitch or on your way to the cinema, and I'll ramble on about nothing for a short period of time. Well, before we started Matchbox 20, three of us, the bass player, the drummer, and me, Paul and Brian and me, we're in another band called Tabitha's Secret, and the only thing is it wasn't a good band. And that was like, all right, the only thing holding us back. I mean, we could have went all the way if we had talent. I'm sure that, there was, people all over that were like beating their wives and wanted to talk to me, and I was just like, God, get me out of here. These people are crazy. The day our record came out, our label folded. Lava folded into Atlantic, and we lost like a lot of staff, and we were on the cutting block. We were getting ready to go, and so when you start off at that point, nothing phases you. I get to fly my mom to L.A. from Leno. I got to fly her in. I had to have a car meet her. I got to, to get her a room in a hotel. And, and this was like her loser son that was like, the homeless for a while and didn't know what he was going to do with his life, and she was just totally freaked out. And now, I was, flying her in and I was setting her up. And something like that is very cool. I mean, it's like the thing you want to be able to do. The email frightens me. Just the internet, the fact of that all these people, number one, it goes off and you go on there and you find out what you've done. Like you get on there and you find, I mean, none of it's true, but like so many people, oh, well, me and Rob spent hours together the other night, and like before I had a girlfriend that was like calling me up, why does this girl on the internet say that you guys were, were spending hours together after the show and that, it was the best time she's ever had, and you're going, I've never been there, honey, I never went there, I wasn't even in that city this week, look at my schedule, and it's like, oh, okay. Well, like growing up, I listened to Van Morrison, I listened to Elton John, I listened to Jim Croce, I used to sit and play drums to the Grease record for some reason, I don't know. But it was all about songwriters, Kenny Rogers, Willie Nelson, believe it or not, was a huge influence on me. If I weren't playing music, I would probably be in prison. But if not, I would deliver flowers.
Hey, you fucking bastard. It was kind of like, working at a job that never ended, and you got no paycheck for it. Some people seem to listen to the song and only hear, a couple words, I want to push you around, I want to drag you down. Like, oh my God, that song's about beating your wife. Song's about domestic violence. Radio stations shouldn't play Matchbox 20, so they started, to get this little thing, ban push from the radio, which, guess what, is unsuccessful. They're called record companies. They're not, hey, record, hey, we'll give you money so you can be an artist for free. I mean, they're in there to make money, and I mean, these people who are running it are not musicians. 9 times out of 10, they're business people. And I knew that going into it. I mean, so I wasn't let down when the whole, devil that is the music business opened its arms. I mean, I was all right on, was expecting you. The coolest moment of my life was I met Michael Stipe at a bar. And this is before our record came out. He didn't really give me any advice because I didn't really ask him for any. I was just kind of talking to him as like a, person type thing. So I wouldn't want to be like that guy. Like we've gotten some, Matchbox 20, now the people are listening to their record, they're not going to talk to anyone anymore. And it's not like that at all. I mean, we're being pushed to go somewhere. If we ever left, it was because we were forced to leave, not because we wanted to leave. But, so we try to do it in other ways. I mean, we have our website. It's www.matchbox20.com. Plug. As far as me as a drummer, a man named Kenny Aronoff, Charlie Watts, Al Jackson, all been big influences, Jim Keltner. Rob and I have had a dream that we want to work on a fishing boat in South America. That's probably what I'd be doing. I hate fish. I don't even like water. But it would just be kind of cool to say, hey, what do you do? Work on a fishing boat, South America.